Well, hello, all my amazing Sagittarius friends. My name is Libra Empress, and we're going to be discussing your April 24th tarot. Now, remember that this is a general reading, and this is for yours as well as for my entertainment. And also, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. That way, you'll always be up to date with the content that I produce, and you'll be a part of our family, alright? Now, before we get started, I did 3 cards, one for your past, one for your present, and one for your future. And then I have 3 clarifiers, and I put them in order. I already shuffled. I got all your shit right here, okay? Now let's get going through it together. Now, Sagittarius, your past energy is the Queen of Wands. Now, she signifies caring, self-sacrifice, and fury. She's always there to lend a hand, even if it's not attached to the rest of her arm. The Queen of Wands has your best interests at heart, though she may be difficult to deal with because she often focuses on miniature instead of the big picture. Learn to work with her temperamental ways instead of butting heads. She's not going to budge, okay? The first clarifier is the Devil, temptation, excess, and self-destruction. In a world turned upside down, no one is going to blame you, Sagittarius, for indulging in a couple of vices. In fact, that's exactly what the devil wants you to do. Why bother to restore law and order when you can unwind with a few smokes? Why rescue children from orphanages when it's easier to kick back with a pint of whiskey? Well, the answer to both your questions, Sagittarius, is exactly the same. It's because, Sagittarius, you are better than that, alright? You are way better than that. You know that. Now, your second clarifier is the 5 of Cups. This signifies loss, sadness, and grief. All seems lost, the mood is black, things aren't going as you'd hoped, and you're faced with utter disappointment and cursing your mouth-watering limbs for tempting the zombie horde. Obsessing over the past can only cause pain. Turn that frown upside down and look to the future, free of disgusting walking corpses. If you grieve too long, your sorrow may swallow you up. Your third clarifier is the 9 of Hazards. Prosperity, independence, and confidence. Most people heard about the apocalypse and hid underneath their desks, but you didn't flinch. Oh no, you didn't. You worked through the catastrophe and actually prospered. Nothing breeds confidence like success, and now you find yourself with plenty of both. Business is booming and the future looks bright, alright? Your present energy is the Knight of Wands. Doesn't he kind of look like Billy the Kid? I always think he does. Maybe I think he does because it kind of, I don't know, Billy the Kid's my favorite cowboy. I want to go to Mexico and visit his grave someday. Now, this is your present energy, is the Knight of Wands. Bold, impetuous, and adventurer. This is either you or someone you know. Now, with it, the Knight of Wands holds nothing back. He's the first one through that fence, bringing back goodie bags for the slowpokes. His brash behavior may get him into trouble, but he's able to charm himself out of any or most shenanigans, alright? He manages to show up at the right place at the right time, so don't hesitate to ask him for favors if you need a little extra something, okay? Your first clarifier is the 10 of Swords. Disaster, rotten ruin, and destruction. Oh, this is what's going on with you now. I can't believe I space cased that for a minute. So you're going through some heavy shit right now. You've come to the end of the line, and this certainly isn't the outcome that you'd hoped for, Sagittarius. Betrayal, disappointment, and despair cloud your attitude. But these feelings will not last forever, and the 10 of Swords reminds us that sometimes we need to cast old interests aside and start over. If you can't beat them, join them. Your second clarifier is the Justice card. This also signifies that you know a Libra. A Libra's in your air, right? Impartiality, fairness, and equality. An eye for an eye or a tooth for a tooth takes on an entirely new meaning in the midst of human zombie war. Thankfully, you can count on justice to right the wrongs, restore harmony, and offer a karmic slap to the back of the head of those who deserve it. Fight the good fight. Don't be on the other end of that slap. So you're kind of dealing with the fact that someone's hurt you, right? Oh, I can sense it. I can sense it in your soul. Someone's hurt you. Maybe it was a Libra. But maybe they didn't do it to actually hurt you. Maybe they did it to move away from the situation. They had more stuff going on, and they just, you know, there's so much more to this story than we realize, right? And I think that this person, I mean, if you've done them wrong, I mean, karma might be coming back for you in the form of a justice system, right? Or maybe you administered unnecessary karma and it's gonna bounce back. That's just how it is. If you put out negative, it comes back. It really does. No one is immune to karma. Not even those who assume that anytime someone hurts them, karma will hurt them. Does that make sense? Hurt the person who hurts them. Because those people like that, they don't understand that karma is universal. It's unbiased. Well, it's kind of biased, okay? It chooses... Well, there's good karma and bad karma. I know I'm not making much sense. It's really late at night or early in the morning. But you can't tell people, hey, guess what? If anybody hurts me, karma's gonna hurt them back twice as bad. Especially if you decide to administer unnecessary karma. Because that shit backfires. And for those who have, and I'm not saying it's all of you, I know that there's only a select few, but if you have administered unnecessary karma, you know, you're gonna have to explain your shit to God. You know, you're gonna have to tell him, hey, guess what? Yeah, and you're gonna have to relive that. Because if you've ever seen those episodes where they did a study where a lot of people, they died and then they came back, and like 3/4 of them have said that they have ended up meeting Jesus and or whoever they worship and being questioned and walked through each memory and asked why they chose to do what they did. So ultimately we all have to meet our maker and answer those questions. And you know, if you need forgiveness now, I mean, reach out and ask for it. But ultimately that person that you hurt probably doesn't hold anything against you. They probably just love you and wanted you to be happy and move on. I don't really think that this person is seeking an apology, okay? But if you needed one, I mean, you could reach out. Now, if that's not the case, and you know, you might be stuck going through a justice system, right? Dealing with a case of trying to get your kids, or you know, family court, or maybe you got a ticket. You know, shit happens, life happens, and right now everybody's going a little stir crazy because of the temporary chaos with the everybody's gonna call it the COVID or coronavirus. I call it the beer virus because I think it's named after the beer, I swear. And that's only to poke fun at it, but ultimately, I mean, it's a serious thing, and people are losing their shit, being misinformed, and you know, my heart goes out to the victims and those people who have to go through that, you know, because it's not easy. But let's go on. Your third clarifier is the Nine of Cups, right? Now, this card signifies wishes, dreams, and material or physical happiness. Wishes do come true, and the secluded tropical paradise of your dreams is just within reach. Generally acknowledged as one of the most positive tarot cards in the entire deck, the Nine of Cups indicates that a wonderful gift or reward is coming your way. Until then, keep it on, keep it on. Those zombies have to wander off sooner or later. So if you notice, I don't know, I really like her, and the reason why I like this card, and it's not just because it's a positive card, but she looks like Princess Leia and Laura Ingalls had a baby. Boom. Right? She got Charles's rifle. Weapon. Anyway, yeah, let's go on. Now we're going to discuss your future energy. Remember that this is not set in stone. You can change this any point in time. The only thing set in stone is what has already happened, okay? And you just got to keep moving forward. Now, your future energy is Judgment. Judgment signifies karma, acceptance, and responsibility. If you've done anything, you got to take responsibility and then move on and be happy. If someone else, has done something to you, then you've got to also take responsibility that you played a part in whatever happened, and deal with the karma and acceptance that it's not meant to be, okay? Now this card signifies that, it clarifies that there's a tough decision to be made, and you're the one with the finger on the button. You understand that your actions determine your path through this crazy world, and you're ready to put the knowledge to good use. You have what it takes to drop the bomb, but you must be willing to accept the consequences of your decision. So you know that for every action there is a positive or negative reaction, and if you put karma out there, it'll come back, okay? The first clarifier is the High Priestess, mystery, intuition, and secrets. The High Priestess keeps secrets close to her snake-covered chest, but teases you to discover them. She often speaks in riddles. Don't expect her to give you a literal explanation. It's possible the information you seek can be discovered only in a dream state. When faced with a difficult question, consider looking to your intuition for the answers. You might also be soul-bound to where, you're attached to your twin flame and you're definitely in separation, because a lot of people are, and the other half of the twin flame just doesn't want to put up with the shit no more and wants to move on, and it's causing quite chaos within the spirit realm. Let's go on. Your second clarifier is the Star, your wish fulfillment, recognition, inspiration, and achievements. Now, Sagittarius, you're on the right track for the important things in life. While good luck and a fresh attitude bring new opportunities, take a minute to revel in your accomplishments and then move on to the next level of awesome. Others look to you for inspiration and guidance while scraping zombie goo off of their shoes. What is your plan? Sagittarius, what is your plan? Leave me a comment, let me know, okay? I want to hear your advice. Now, your third and final clarifier for this deck is the Two of Wands, choices, crossroads, and decisions. Sagittarius, a decision needs to be made. Do you chase after the bums living down by the waterfront or go after small children on the playground? Both seem like easy pickings, and it's possible that neither choice is wrong. What's more important is that you make any decision soon. You're starting to mold. So you've got a decision on your plate. You've got to think about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. Maybe you're trying to connect with someone and you can't. Maybe that person's got you blocked. Let me take a drink of this real quick. Refresh my throat and then we can go on. Alright, let's start from the beginning. From your past energy and work our way forward. Queen of Wands. Past. Caring, self-sacrifice, or fury. Maybe you are the Queen of Wands, or maybe, just maybe, this is someone that you know, right? And you were very caring and self-sacrificing, but you brought fury to the situation. Not to mention that there was strong temptation, right? And maybe you're dealing with what is it? Hold on. You're dealing with addiction, or someone you know is dealing with addiction, right? And you've got negative energy surrounding you. I mean, maybe it's the life choices, the karma. Someone's probably doing black magic on you. Not that I say that I believe in black magic, because I don't, but other people do, so I respect them, okay? Because not everybody's up to no good. Your second clarifier is that you lost someone. Maybe that temptation, it moved away, and suddenly you're realizing that you've got to fill again, and you're grieving. Maybe you lost a loved one, and you're very sad, or you were very sad. But you realize that when you stepped in the Nine of Hazards, you realized that there was prosperity, independence, and you gained confidence. You moved, Then your present energy is that you're bold, impetuous, and an adventurer. You've got that extra pep in your step, right? But you're also dealing with a little chaos. Everybody wants a piece of you, and you're tired, and you don't want to deal with the disaster and the rotten ruin or the destruction. You're making choices, but you're also currently thinking about the justice system, partiality, fairness, and equality. Maybe you're dealing with a Libra, remember? Karma comes to all of us, you know this. And maybe the karma's coming to that person, or maybe you're seeing them in a whole new light, and you're realizing that what happened was not equal, give or take. But ultimately, you have a wish in your dreams, and your very material and physical happiness, depend on you succeeding. But ultimately, in the future, you're still in judgment, you're making a decision right then and there. Should you just accept your responsibility and move on from the situation, or should you, come back to it and try and delegate, resolve the issues at hand, and make something better so that you can move forward and not live with the I'm sorry. You don't want to live with the choices. It's like this. Say you're a person. Well, obviously you're a person, but this is a scenario. Say you walk up to you're a person that walks up to a convenience store and kidnaps a woman, and you kill her, and nobody catches you. You have to live with that decision for the rest of your life. That's going to weigh heavy on your conscience. Do you want this to weigh heavy on your conscience? I'm not saying that it's okay to do that. That's just a scenario. See, that's something that did happen, by the way, in our family. My mom's ex-boyfriend, he went to a convenience store and kidnapped a girl and hurt her. It was back in the 80s when my brother was little. Anyway, let's continue on. You're gotta put this behind you, or you gotta work through it to figure out what you can and cannot live with. Now, there's a lot of mystery surrounding the past and what happened, but someone was telling the truth. But were you willing to open your ears and listen? The most important person that you should listen to is your intuition, right? There are secrets, of course there are secrets. There are always secrets. But, you've got a wish fulfillment. And it might be with that Libra, or it might be with, trying to bring your achievements. It's like you've got inspiration, and you're achieving, and you're wanting recognition, right? And then there's the choices and crossroads and the decision you've got to make in order to continue on. Just like I was saying, you've got a heavy plate, and you've got to be willing to evolve and think about what you can and cannot live with. If you want to move on, then move on. No one is holding you back, all right? And if they are, they're not worth your time. And if you want that great love, it's out there. There's someone for everybody. But ultimately, you have to choose how to move on with your life to gain prosperity and happiness. And you know what? If you take my advice, that's great. If you don't, that's great too. Either way, I'm not going to hate you. I'm going to love you more, and I'm going to push you to go for your dreams, okay? Because what matters most to me is that you decide what's best for you. Now, I love you. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. And join me again next time for your tarot reading, or, tomorrow's daily horoscopes, right? I love you. Bye.